5 minutes.
Hey guys, this is Steven with My Amazon Guy. I'm going to be going live on the radio today. So in 2 minutes, we're going to be doing this. So you can see we got nice KC over there.
Oh yeah, how y'all doing? I got so much to do.
We got Jeff over here. He's the hype man. I'm the hype man.
I'm Biscuit.
So
I'm the hype man.
So excited to have you guys with us today.
This water was a bad idea, man. I ain't snagged this thing.
All right, thank y'all so much for joining us over there on Instagram. Try to get rolling.
I tried to dehydrate myself coming into this.
Oh yeah,
just to make sure I didn't have to like hold it.
that would be a funny break. Like, we had to wait just 1 minute.
Just 1 minute.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll give everybody a look around what it's like to be in the studio here. So we got mics up everywhere. You got video coverage from multiple angles.
Oh yeah.
And over there as well. So we're going to be live on 1100
Oh, check
AM.
this out, Joe. Yeah.
Real.
That's what I'm telling you about. Definitely good.
It's an engineer angle.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like that. So that's how I'm gonna start doing it now. Yeah, I like that.
So we're going to leave this up here.
Yeah, I like the other way too, but now I see what you're saying. That does bring a lot more to it. Mike seen it? I know Mike gonna love it.
No, I ain't had a chance to talk to him. I got so much to call him. All of us need to get together for real.
Yeah.
Because it's time now. We need to approach Kia and everything.
Yeah.
Kia, if you're watching, y'all need to sponsor the #1 rated business show right here on Real 1100 AM. I'm willing to make this the Kia studio for y'all. I need $1 million. $1 for every listener.
Tell you what, you get me on Joe Rogan's podcast, I can get $1 million.
Oh man, yeah.
Keep my glass on all day. I don't give no today.
Do you?
I'm going to be going live here in just
What's
a minute.
up, Princess 420? Thank you so much for joining us right here on the #1 rated business show. Stay tuned. We got a great show for y'all today. Backed by special demand, the Amazon guy in himself. Last time he was here, we had so many comments and everything, dude. Like we had to get him back. And the day we finally got him back, he
Wanted to get it back on Friday, but it just didn't work out.
All right, y'all, time to go to work.
Here we go.
Miss Jazzy. Jazzy. You cut my mic on now. I'm ready.
Look, she's like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that.
Man, I mean nothing to y'all. Nothing was done to me. And I don't plan on stopping at all. I want this to be ever man. You like the quickest business show in the world, bro.
We gotta have our intro. All right. All right, we gotta change this intro up though, man. We gotta do 0 to 100 real quick.
Got some energy.
I'm trying to tell you, bro, we are like the quickest radio show in the world. I promise you. Oh my goodness. Back for another hour of business and talk. We got the one and only.
The only in one.
The one and only. My Amazon guy is back by special demand. All y'all asked for him to come back.
Yep, because everybody trying to make that money off Amazon because they spent so much money with Amazon. They trying to get some of that money back. Matter of fact, I had 2 shipments coming in yesterday, and I got one coming in today, and I got one coming in Friday, and one Saturday. I got a problem.
Just be shot.
I got a problem.
Just a little bit in the mic. Just a little bit in the mic. Turn it down. There we go. Got a problem. But nah, you be shopping, bro. But we are back right here on our radio, taking it all over the world. Real 1100 AM. What's up?
What's up,
Man, it's Wednesday workout.
It is.
It's time to work out your budgets. It's time to work out your marketing. It's time to work out your branding. And it's time to work out your cash flow. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just to get some announcements out of the way real quick. Oh, feel good today, man. It's something out. My kids even woke up and said, Dad, I don't feel good today. I was like, don't y'all start that with me.
Monday was the day. Monday was one of those days.
Man, it's Monday.
Way off.
If you're in the Smyrna area, I want you to go out and visit my good friends over at Titans Fitness. They're a world-class facility. I train there myself. I'm, as you can see, getting fitter and fitter every day. All right. But you can see them over at 1834 South Cobb Industrial Boulevard. Just Google them online. You can visit them at Titans.net or Google Titans Fitness. Anywhere in the Smyrna area, I promise you, you will find the world-class #1 rated gym. Also, I saw him today. I saw him first thing this morning. If you in Douglasville like me, go out to Studio 1211. I want y'all to go over to 6405 Fairburn Road. You can call and schedule an appointment at 770-485-6772. Ask speak with Melvin. Tell him KC sent you, and he will give you a free cut on me. Get your hair deep, bro. Get your hair right. It's somebody get a haircut, man, to make you feel good. You know what I'm saying? It make you feel so much better about life. Oh man. What you got for the marketing meeting?
For the marketing, if you have a business, especially in retail,
Okay.
you need to be on Amazon. You need to get your product on Amazon. And I'm gonna give you the tip of the day. You need to listen to my Amazon guy. That's the tip of the day. That's it,
Bro, good tip. We got we got some news breaking out of the Capitol. House Bill 251 application windows have now opened. If you are out in the Paulding County school district area, you do now have school choice. Your kids can go to any school in the county that they would like to.
Wow.
But trust me, I exercise my school choice. Bro, it take me so long to get my daughter to school in the morning. The bus won't take her. Also, for all my special needs family, Senate Bill 10 is now accepting applications as of January 31st, 2022. As a provision of the Georgia Special Needs Scholarship Program, parents of students with disabilities who receive special education services may choose to transfer their child to another public school in Paulding County. So all my Paulding County residents, all my folks out there, thank y'all so much. Sheriff Department, I love y'all. But yes, it is. But those application windows are now open.
And if you need to talk more about the special needs community and how you can help the special needs community, reach out to Ron Anthony. Shout out to Ron Anthony, and They Can't Talk, But We Can. His organization is doing a lot for the special needs community.
Wow. And finally, for the shout out for today, I like to shout out Mr. DJ Rump. He has been officially accepted into the Atlanta Middle School Underarm Next Football Camp Series. Starting February 26th. I'm so proud of that young man. 13 years old, man.
Got sponsorship already.
Bro, he got like 4 colleges already trying to get him. I'm like, wow.
That's big time right there.
But for all of y'all out there in Amazon land and everybody that's called the show, hit us in the comments, DM'd us and everything else, they said you got to get this guy back on and get us some more information. So he is in studio with us, as you know, my Amazon guy, Mr. Stephen Pope.
Hey, thanks for bringing me back on.
Yeah, that's the big one. Oh yeah,
We got a different technician today. She working with it though.
Jazzy.
You love Miss Jazzy over there.
Well, thank you very much, Jazz.
But no, man, it's so great to get you back, man. We had such a just huge buzz last time. I think hold on one second. We had a great comment that was on the YouTube video that we found, and they were saying that say if you're reading this comment seriously, bro, you need to consider pitching yourself to some PR firms so you can get out here and have your own shows and have your own stages and you know, TEDx, all this type of stuff. And I mean, in these comments, go check it out on YouTube. You can find the video under the #1 rated business show, and you can see some of these comments that folks left. But I mean, they're comparing you to people like Steve Jobs and I mean, Dave Thomas.
Big time,
I mean,
folks. Yeah,
I mean,
big time.
But no, it's the information that you left with folks. I think you left folks just so buzzing because everybody has been trying to build a business on Amazon for so long, and nobody really knows what works and what don't work. You know what I'm saying?
I think there's a guy that knows the answer to that.
And everybody
in the studio today.
It's funny because everybody been hitting me up, from people that have businesses to people that are just like, you can make a lot of money on Amazon. How am I supposed to do it?
No. I was an affiliate, Amazon affiliate. You remember that program?
Yeah, I was on it and got my little 4%.
Yeah, now it's like 1%. Keep nursing it.
So let's go back to a couple of things that we talked about. You know, this day and age, a lot of folks are starting to join this Amazon place, and a lot of y'all late because it's already almost 1 billion products on there. But you know, how does somebody, you know, start to look at this Amazon world in this day and age in 2022? Because it ain't the same as when it was the little bookshop a long time ago.
Most people don't even know that. That was the first thing that got sold on Amazon was books. Jeff Bezos got into the book selling game. He was like, you know, putting them in suitcases, pulling them into his garage, filling up the cars, and then dropping them off at UPS, right? So it's come a long way since then. You can pretty much buy anything on Amazon today.
Yeah.
You can buy unicorn meat. Right? Yeah, like anything.
She'll tell us all of this.
She gonna mess around and be like, I'm ordering unicorn.
If you buy unicorn meat, you might also like unicorn bed sheets, unicorn balloons. What's gonna stop?
Oh, their recommendation in is something.
Frequently bought together, it's coming.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, I mean, you really need to have a couple of things in order to make it make sense to sell on Amazon.
Okay.
You need to make sure that you have, of course, my CTO is calling me on the phone midstream. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
It's his like favorite thing to do is when I call
He wants to get that shout out.
Yeah. So in any case, so you need to have a product.
Okay.
If you don't have a product, you can't sell on Amazon because it's a B2C business to consumer play.
Mm-hmm.
And you need to have a product that somebody wants.
Okay.
Now here's the thing about the product offering. You can't just go on Alibaba and buy an apple slicer or a garlic presser and go launch it on Amazon. That model does not work anymore.
I was just saying, a lot of folks still selling that to folks.
The go to the Dollar Tree, buy something at the Dollar Tree, then go back and sell it on Amazon.
And guess what? Everybody else could do the same thing. So if it's going to work for everybody else, it's probably not going to work for you with a margin. Now, there's a lot of different models that you could get started with, you know, and most people today, the side hustlers, right? And I know, Casey, you're a hustler. Right?
Oh, yeah. Every day.
He's a hustler. And if you are a hustler, then the best way to get started is to do what's called retail arbitrage.
Okay.
And that's where you take some, whether it's Dollar Tree stuff or whether you go down to Toys R Us when they're going out of business and buy their discounted toys, and then you just resell it on Amazon. Now, I don't help people do this. I'm just giving this as a tip, as an easy way, low barrier to entry. Whether you got $200 or $3,000, you can do retail arbitrage.
Okay. And they have, I would say apps for that, but Amazon has its own like section for that, to where you scan the barcode, it tells you, I guess, how much it's going to cost if you put it on Amazon, something like that. I heard they got an app with a barcode.
You could take out that phone, pull up Seller app or Seller Central app off of Google Play or the iPhone store. You can do that today. It's a free app. You could go to any particular thrift store and just start scanning crap, right? And so you want to do retail arbitrage. This is a model that could add $20, $30, $40 in your pocket a day extra for sure, 100%. It's not scalable in my opinion. I don't think you could make more than $30,000, $35,000 a year doing this full time. Wow. So it's you know, it's a job, but it's not a scalable thing. So that's retail arbitrage. One of the other models, kind of a step above that, is what I like to call reverse wholesale. And so reverse wholesale is when you look up brands that are available for sale. They've got products and units. And what they do is you take their brand and you reverse purchase it. So you're going to call up the wholesale and say, hey, Mr. Wholesale, you got a great product. Can I buy a batch of your goods? So you place a wholesale order. Now, these could be domestic businesses. They could be selling, could be selling candy. They could be selling.
Let's break this down a little bit, because during the pandemic, a lot of folks went out and bought up all the toilet paper, and then they bought up all the Clorox, and then they brought up all the bleach, and then next thing you saw it on Amazon, a gallon of bleach was going for like $26, bro.
Yeah, I remember that hand sanitizer was ridiculous.
Exactly.
There were some New York Times investigative stories, like a couple of guys, I think it was in the New York area or Northeast somewhere, and they went around with a U-Haul and just filled it up. They just went to every small shop and just bought every piece of hand sanitizer they got. Now they got in trouble for price gouging, and they had to give the stuff away and donate it. They got in a lot of trouble for price gouging. So don't do that. But if you are buying something that's in demand that just hasn't been logistically placed in front of a consumer, retail arbitrage works, right? And let's say there's like a toy that hits Toys R Us and there's only a finite number of runs. This is So this is kind of the Ticketmaster thing, right? And a bunch of bots go in and buy the stuff. But here's the thing. Bots can't do retail arbitrage because it's physical, right? So you're going physically into the stores and getting whatever you can locally source and then shipping it out throughout the country.
That is a very, very smart concept, though, because I never even thought about that.
That's too much work.
But no, if you think about it, for Jeff,
Yeah, that's too much work.
let's go on with Daddy part. But no, she back. No, we ain't gonna go there. But no, that is such an interesting concept because you got so many stores. Just Monday, we were sitting here talking with Zane Williams. You know what I'm saying? He ain't even online yet.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
22
saying?
years old, he had flipped into a basic sneaker empire.
So we could literally go over there and grab, 50 shoes from him and throw them on Amazon tomorrow.
Yeah, let's get 50.
Not now because we done told him the game.
So, I mean, at the end of the day, if you're a wholesaler, what do you care about?
Yeah,
You care about orders.
that's true.
And you need orders to get orders. So you're going to take an order for 50 shoes. He'd probably do that in a heartbeat. Now later, when he sees you on Amazon and your success, what behooves him as a brand is to replace you.
And see, what I'm gonna be is like, I did this all by myself. I'm a self-made man.
Yeah.
And being self-made makes a lot of sense in this day and age because then you got the control, right? Well, here's the thing. If you're a brand owner, you should be selling direct on Amazon. You need to take control of yourselves. You need to control your own destiny, that is. And so if you are reverse wholesaling or retail arbitraging, eventually the brand is going to catch on if you scale and cut you off. And then they're going to go direct to Amazon. So that's why reverse wholesale, retail arbitrage are temporary plays. And I think a lot of people can get away with doing it, but eventually there's going to be a scaling point you can't go past.
Okay. Now with the wholesale, can you do the drop ship with that wholesale?
So I would kind of look at drop shipping as a form of purchasing out of wholesale. But here's the major difference. Instead of you making that PO order for those 50 shoes that KC talked about, instead what you're doing is you're taking the order from the consumer and then simply passing it on. Right. Okay. So that's what I consider drop ship. And Amazon is hostile to drop shipping.
Really?
They are. Yeah. And think about it, right? So, Amazon Prime came out, right? I love my stuff, but I love my stuff even more in 2 days.
Oh, yeah.
And that wasn't good enough, was it? So now here's Amazon Prime one day, but Amazon one day, Prime day wasn't good enough either. So here you are with your unicorn meat, your unicorn pajamas, KC, same day within a 4-hour window if you're in the Atlanta metro area.
We need to test that out one day.
Hey, I got
for the house and bring it here. Let's see if we get it.
I got orders coming in every day this week. Yeah, but I'm losing money though. Yeah, I'm losing money because I ain't making money off Amazon.
All I can say is God bless the trash man, because if they didn't come and bring all that cardboard that I'm pulling in from the Amazon system, I would be overrun in a moment.
I'm gonna tell you what you do with all them boxes. Your kids gonna love them. All you gotta do is just get the kids together and just give them the boxes. Just see whatever they do.
I like cats. They just climb in.
Exactly. But I'm wondering though, what about stocks on the actual manufacturers of the cardboards for the Amazon shipping?
Hey, that's a good one, Joe.
I bet Amazon's already bought those. Full control, right? Amazon's bought everything. They bought the facilities, the FBA plants. I think there's like 500 around the country right now, multiple in the Atlanta metro area here. And then they probably bought the cardboard. They even bought their own brands, right? Like they're running. So here locally, we got a battery brand, right? Is it Duracell that's local? I think.
Yeah, I think it is Duracell.
It is Duracell.
Yeah, here in Georgia, right? Oh, by the way, so for those that are listening here in local Georgia, can you name 10 products that are made in Georgia? Get out a piece of paper and start to write it down. Yeah, Kia, that's the easy one, right?
Monday night beer.
I was gonna say I can name 10 beers, but that's a whole nother podcast.
So that, and it's kind of disappointing. I joined the Georgia Manufacturing Alliance because I wanted to start making stuff local. And if anybody can make stuff locally, then you can sell it on Amazon, in theory, right? The problem is most of the manufacturing locally is B2B. There's not a lot of B2C consumer type manufacturing.
But if you got your EIN and you got your LLC, your business license, whatever, then they can't hold you out the game.
They can't, but can you do it at cost? Can you get your COGS down to compete with China, right? Like, so you got China coming in, going direct to consumer for the first time, and they're putting price pressure on you. Bad. It's rough. Yeah. So if you can't compete with the Chinese, that's why people are going B2B, right? So like one of those plants I toured, they make toilet seats for airplanes that are fire resistant, and they charge like $300 for these things, but then they sell them to airplanes, right? Like that's a local shop.
Okay. But Jimmy, how do you feel about that though? you own a platform that's built for, entrepreneurs and built for folks to sell stuff, but you got to compete with the damn platform itself.
Yeah.
Like, how do you feel about that? Like, to me, it's a little unethical. I don't know.
Yeah. But all the platforms are doing that. I mean, all the platforms basically
doing it don't mean it's right.
If Amazon wasn't in bed with the CIA and the government and AWS, I think they would crack down on the monopoly. I mean, think they broke up Microsoft for like a tenth of what Amazon does.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Amazon completely controls online shopping, bro. Nobody else has it. It's like if you talk about buying something online, everybody going to Amazon. It's just like if you're gonna search for something, everybody going to Google. Yeah. It is what it is.
That's so sad. But
how let's now we've got a couple ideas out there. We got the retail arbitrage. We got going to buy local wholesale and then selling that on Amazon to the greater general public. Now, once I got these ideas, what's the next step?
Wait a minute, man. He got 2 more. He said 4. I'm trying to get it all. I'm trying to get all the game.
You got to build your own brands. Okay. That's ultimately so private label would build. Yeah, you got to build your own. You got to build and you got to engage. Right. It's no longer about review generation.
Okay.
It's about engagement generation. Right.
Yeah.
You got to have people that are engaging your brand. So if we want to talk about the O2 models, I'd say private label is above wholesale. Private label is taking that apple slicer off Alibaba, right? And you'll notice here, one thing that I've done, I've explained these 3 models so far, but I've also criticized them. And I've mentioned that they're not scalable.
Okay.
The 4th and final model is when you build your own brand. This is where you can scale. Now, it takes more investment. You got to have money, right? So if you don't have at least $3,000 you could part with, without losing your shirt, without having to worry about paying rent, you shouldn't start doing this.
Okay. Can I go do the pet rock thing? Go outside, get some rocks, and be like,
So, I mean, Amazon has all these kind of special programs you can get into. There's even a t-shirt, like upload your design if you're an artist, and they'll print it. Now, the margins stink. You're getting like $1 a t-shirt.
Let me tell you something about that, though, because we also do that with a lot of local folks here.
Yeah.
Because the simple fact, we have screen printing and this type of stuff, but we also have DTG. And with DTG, once I got your design in there, all I got to do is boom. As soon as you want it, I just hit the print button. But there's a big saving factor in that, because this ain't the first time I've been in the t-shirt game. So when you start to, back in the day, when you had to go get this stuff screen printed, you had to go buy a minimum of 100 t-shirts. And then you're sitting here with all these t-shirts. You don't know which size is going to sell. You know what I'm saying? And now you got to sell them straight out the trunk to get your money back. Now, all you got to do is, boom, put your design up there. If it don't sell, don't nobody care.
Yeah, but you're only making $1. To make $1 million, you got to sell $1 million.
You're only making $1. But with us, you're going to make a hell of a lot more than $1.
Yeah, we talking about Amazon. $1.
When I shopped around for t-shirts,
I'm going to give you a much better margin than $1. And I'm going to save you a whole bunch on not having to buy a bunch of t-shirts that you might not be able to sell.
I shopped around for t-shirts, and I really wanted to have like the nicest, softest fabric, and so that's when I printed out my Amazon got t-shirt.
It's a sleeve.
Yeah, the t-shirt game, man. I don't know. Amazon.
You got two men with the same taste.
I got a sweater. Y'all want to feel my sweater?
You ain't selling your sweater.
You can win the Christmas ugly t-shirt contest.
I know, man. I'm losing money here.
All right, so we got our brand. We ready to put our merch on here. How do we start about selling our own brand on Amazon? Because I'm with you, that's the scalable part, because can't nobody copy your brand. So
you got intellectual property when you build your own brand. So not only do you need to go file and protect that intellectual property, and here's probably the most boring part of our segment, you need a trademark.
No, that's the most important part, because folks don't understand how easy it is for somebody to steal your stuff.
Yeah.
Like a lot of this stuff, the more basic something is, the more the general public likes it. Can everybody agree on that? And the basic stuff is easy to copy. Yeah. I mean, I can print about 50 folks stuff right now. I ain't gonna do it because I got integrity. But in the same breath, if you ain't got this thing trademarked or you ain't got this thing protected, bro, anybody can start bootlegging your stuff.
Yeah.
Hell, Amazon will be printing your stuff.
They will, and they can. So trademarks, while not a sexy topic, we had to end up figuring out how to file them, because you need a trademark to get what's called brand registry on Amazon to protect your stuff. And it also gets you access to special perks like advertising and enhanced brand content and graphics and videos and stuff that you wouldn't normally get access to. So I have, at my Amazon guy, I filed more than 700 trademarks in the last 2 years.
Wow.
And so, like, I'm your classic businessman. I didn't go to law school. I don't know anything about law.
Okay.
All I did was I was like, okay, there's a need here. Amazon sellers need trademarks to protect their stuff. So I just created a business model and did it. Great.
Okay.
Yeah. So hustling on my side too.
Yeah.
But once you got your trademark and all that stuff, what you need to do is pick a product you understand.
Now, let's stop right there on this trademark, because I think it's one of those things. This is one of those type of things. Folks think that getting a trademark is like undoable, because, like you said, a lot of us don't know the law. So tell people a little bit about what you learned from that process of getting something trademarked.
The most important thing you do is get a logo and slap it on a product. Take a cell phone picture and send it to a guy who can file you a trademark. That's it.
That's the easiest way.
For real.
That's how I simplified the business model down. Now you could try and Google out how to file a trademark. You'll be stuck in law limbo land for a week. It's terrible. The legalese that the USPTO puts out, United States Patent and Trademark Office, that is some prime reading material right there.
Wow.
So here's the simple news. You just need a product with a photo you take on your cell phone showing that you have the product in use. You also need to pick the right brand name.
Okay.
And so you can't just pick something little, right? So here's a trademark I filed early on when I was not as smart as I am today. And it was Big Art Picks. And literally what it was these giant $2,000 art pieces that were big. They were art and they were pics.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Now you can see where I'm going with this, right?
Makes sense.
Too descriptive on the brand name. If you want a brand trademarkable and defensible, you can't describe your own product with the brand name.
Wow.
So if you want
It's
to
like
have
anti-business though, because we tell folks all the time, something about your business folks need to, when they hear the name of your business, they need to kind of understand what it is you're doing.
you want to win the SEO on it, right?
Yeah.
You want to win. Yeah. So when somebody Googles Amazon guy, I'm number one on Google, right? Like I like the fact that I can win that SEO. But when it comes to brand development, you got to pick something like Mom Stir, right? So this is a brand I made, MOMSTIR. And I thought, oh, my wife's really good cooking. She's a mom. She likes to do things in the kitchen. Mom Stir. Cool. Hey, nobody's got that brand name, right? So I went and trademarked it, and then I sell funny wine glasses on Amazon.
Okay.
I bet you will get a couple comments from somebody listening to this on the radio where they've purchased one of those wine glasses, because I got some of the top funny wine glasses on Amazon.
Wow.
Well, now here's the problem. Now, if you go on Amazon.com and type in Mom Stir, it autocorrects to Monster energy drinks.
Wow.
So one of the best tips I'll give you is once you figure out what brand name you want, go Google it, go put it on Amazon and see what comes up. Okay. Because if you don't, then it's going to get autocorrected.
But no, that's smart advice, because those are those little mistakes that entrepreneurs make that nobody else can tell you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And those little things like that.
You got to pay your tax. It's your Amazon tax.
Yeah.
I don't think the education system does e-commerce justice. Like you can't go get a degree in Amazon. You got to do hard school of knocks. You got to pay for your mistakes. And so that's like, I was just kind of looking at my payroll the other day, and like internships, 10% of my payroll, because the education system doesn't develop the talent pool needed in the Amazon space, and it's the fastest growing sector in the freaking country. Yeah. Fastest, not second fastest.
Go work for the corporate office. That's what they develop.
Oh, definitely.
Not people to be entrepreneurs.
Because if you get in that e-commerce space, and you can start your own, and you can build your own. You don't work for somebody else, because you're like, wait a minute. Especially an entrepreneur, because you're looking at the numbers. You're looking at, wait a minute, I'm putting in this amount of time. This person is getting this part. I'm getting this part. I could do this on my own, and next thing you know, you leave. Oh yeah. So
side hustle for a year before you do that. But I just think that the education system is a giant letdown. Humanities degrees, there's like 300 of them for every one job, and the guys that are doing STEM and they can work on an Excel sheet, those are the guys I want to hire.
Yeah. Those little talents.
They got so much. We got so many people watching on Instagram right now. They got so much for joining us on Instagram, everyone. Once again, we are sitting here having a conversation about your Amazon business with the #1 rated Amazon expert in the world at this point.
Yes.
And I want to know, how you get the margins. How do you determine the margins? When you're looking at a product, you're saying, this is what I need to get. I need the margins. And we only got 4 minutes to the break, so we might have to do that after the break.
We're going to have to come back.
But yeah, I want to learn the margins.
But no, last little thing on this trademark, because we really got to drive this point home. How much is the process?
So $825 to file a trademark with my Amazon guy.
Okay. And how long are you protected for?
10 years.
10 years.
So you can get a serial number within 1 business day from me, which is faster than anybody on the market, literally.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you go take your trademark on Amazon, you can get brand registered in under 7. Nobody does it as fast as us and as accurate.
Within 10 days, you could be ready to go.
You could.
Now that also helps you get that right to license that to somebody else legally now at this point.
Yes, you could license your products, and then you're going to protect your logo. And then anytime somebody uses your phrase in your category, you can file an infringement, and they have to be taken down by Amazon or whoever you file the infringement with.
I'll tell you who was big on that, Trump.
Oh, really?
Like, he used to put his name on everything.
Oh yeah. Oh man. Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, but it's so important that folks understand this, the whole protection part, because we talked about this in music yesterday. Folks not copyrighting their music, and then you putting stuff out there, and then you ain't getting paid nothing while everybody's spending your stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing when you start talking about building your brand, because next thing you know, folks slapping your logo on all kind of stuff, selling it, and you don't even know this is going on.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm telling you, bro, there's some hustles out here.
And with Amazon, how many people are actually selling to Amazon your product, almost identical, and leveraging that?
As far as Amazon's concerned, as long as they get a sell, they're happy. So whether your product sells or somebody else's that looks like it, they don't care. So Amazon does not go out of its way to help sellers. It's a buyer's platform. And that's why I'm in business, because we help the seller navigate all that bull crap.
Y'all stay tuned. Right after the break, we coming back. We're going to be talking about how do you price and these profit margins that you can get on Amazon. We're sitting here with my Amazon guy, the one and only Stephen Pope. It's the Rockstar KC.
It's Mr. Marketology, and we'll be right back. Right on 1100 AM. Right.
You guys can stay with me on the live stream. We got another 30 minutes we're going to do with the radio here, but they're at a radio break right now.
Well, nah, man, that part, I'm actually at that part now, because everybody's like, man, why you ain't selling the class stuff? And I'm like, bro, I got to get this stuff trademarked. It's a square with trad on it. Everybody can make that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I did the hashtag research, man, because like looking at Instagram, it is like 39.6 million people under the hashtag of pride. The other thing is Wear It With Pride. That's 39.6 thousand people. And then folks that bear the actual Pride name, is a big group of us on Facebook. It's 600 of them in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, bro, we finna sell some shirts.
Yeah, even when they use the KC product, you do that in Google, and then you start looking in shopping.
Who said you got KC Pride?
Who?
The LBGTQ community in Kansas City.
I'm
I'm taking it back up. Y'all give my damn name back, bro. Cass. I love y'all, but however y'all love, that's fine. But I want my damn name. I want my dad's name. I want my dad. You know why I started to start that crowd with you? You can get my damn name back.
Yeah, I looked at that. I said, oh. But man, I didn't know about the trademark. That's great information.
I thought we were going to blip right through the trademark stuff. Nope. Casey's like, I want to learn about that.
No, it's so important, because especially a lot of folks don't think about this type of stuff. They so excited to get out there and get moving, and then they get something, that shit blow up, and then everybody go copy it.
They go viral, and then too late. There's all the unauthorized hijackers.
Yep.
All right, time to come back. I like us. They don't play all the other commercials. What's up now? Pieces, elegant pieces. Thank you so much for joining us right here on Instagram. I can't shout y'all name, but I love every last one of y'all. Thank y'all so much for joining us. We gotta come back from break right now. We gotta get out there too and go holler at them.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, I'm hustling every day. Oh.
Energy.
I'm telling you, bro, we is like the corniest business radio show in the world. And we are back right on the Real 1100 AM iHeartRadio, checking in all over the world, spinning number that Rick Ross, the boss. Now back with the one and only my Amazon guy, Mr. Stephen Pope.
Yes.
Oh. And right before the break, we started to get into pricing. This is gonna be powerful right here because a lot of folks ask about pricing. How do I price my product?
You need to sell more products to more people more often. And here's the key fourth part: for more money.
Wait.
That's e-commerce summarized in 4 phrases right there.
Wow. That's powerful.
So
now,
he said for more money though.
Exactly.
Instead of at the discount for less money.
But let me tell you, and I'm glad he's starting to hit on this myth. People think, number one, that pricing war ain't gonna do nothing, but it's just a race to the bottom.
Yeah.
When you build based off value, people will pay anything for value.
If you win on price today, you will lose on price tomorrow. End of story.
And you can't compete with China. You can't. They can do it too cheap.
Yeah.
Being American made, I think, is the future. But I think the manufacturing facilities have been lost. I think the knowledge of how to make things in America has been lost. And it's really sad, actually.
Yeah, we're gonna outsource our whole industry.
Yeah.
I think it'll come back. I think it's inevitable, when the geopolitics shift and we see China and the US no longer seeing eye to eye, we'll see American jobs go back into manufacturing and build it out. In the meantime, though, when you're thinking about how to price things, you have to have a key strategy, right? You either have to source your product for less money than your competitors,
Okay.
so you can at least be competitive.
Okay.
That's why a lot of people go to China, right? I've been to China. I went to the fairs. I went to the Canton Fair a few years ago. Overwhelming event, by the way. I mean, you're walking in the biggest building I've ever been in my life is over in China. And you literally could walk like 2 miles inside of this building. It's just one after another. It's just gigantic.
Wow.
So there's that many vendors over in China that want to hawk you goods and sell stuff, right? Now, if I went back to China, I wouldn't do it the same way again. I wouldn't go and try and go to a big trade fair. Now, trade fairs are cool to like get ideas from. And you'd be like, oh, here's the coolest toy this year. It can, it's got laser eyes, right? Whatever. But I think I would go back and I would tour a specific set of 3 or 4 manufacturing plants that sold goods that I'm interested in.
Okay.
And the way that you at home can decide, like, what products should I sell to price them in a way that I'll have a margin on. Most important thing you do is to find a product you understand.
Oh yeah.
And so Jeff, like, what's a product you understand? You could tell me like
Watches.
the nitty gritty. Right? Okay, watches. So tough category on Amazon. But if you get it ungated, you're going to be one of the select few people who can sell watches on Amazon. Now, tell me, like, top 2 things somebody needs to know when they're shopping watches, Jeff.
Top 2 things. One is the durability. That's one. And then 2, it's the, I would say, curb appeal.
Okay.
I mean, people get into the technical aspect. Does it tick? At the end of the day, you buy watches just for vanity.
So if you were going to sell watches, you'd have a huge advantage over me. I don't understand watches at all. The best thing I could do is tell you about my Fitbit that's on there, right? I count my steps. But you could then go to talk to a manufacturer about watches, and guess what? Your sort of conversation that you would have about watches would be very different than mine. Mine would be, what's the MOQ, minimum order quantity? What's the price? Those would be the questions I could ask. What's the question you would want to know?
I want to know, how custom can you get it? How unique can you get this watch to me? Because here's the thing, I don't need to sell a lot of them, but if it's unique, I can raise that price.
And so that's a competitive advantage. Everybody ever needs to have a competitive advantage to be an Amazon seller. Now, there's 3 sections of business, in my opinion. There's finance, there's operations, and marketing. And I'm going to lump a lot of crap into operations, to be clear. I'm talking physically touching the good end to end. But if most businesses in the corporate sense have done really well at operations. What they stink at is marketing. And you don't need to get an A in all 3 of these areas, right? You just need an A in one of them, and a passing C's gets degrees in the other 2. Now, obviously, if you get an A in all of them, you're going to be superb. You're going to be winning, right? You get an A and 2 B's, you'll be doing okay. Not bad at all. But as long as you have 1 A and 2 C's in finance, operations, and marketing, you're going to be able to have a competitive advantage. So if you talk finance, that means figuring out how to get your COGS down and your price up, right? If we talk operations, this is how do I get something from point A to point B and and logistically get it there as humanly fast as possible.
Okay.
For the lowest amount of cost, right? Finance, we could also talk about having capital and stuff like that. I kind of put that under the rug. And then on marketing, though, this is the one that's my bread and butter. This is my A, right? And this is where you need to get your customers to see the product at the right place at the right time for the right price, right? And I kind of break down traffic into two categories: search engine optimization and pay-per-click advertising. And I break conversion into two categories: design and catalog merchandising management, right? Catalog, you're going to do proactive stuff, your reactive stuff. And so if you have that mentality when you're thinking about what goods to get, you know that you need to find the customer and bring them to you, and then you need to sell them at a profit.
Okay.
Amazon is going to be about a 33% partner with you on Amazon. So that means you're going to be paying them logistics costs, referral fees, advertising.
Most of your operations.
So what are your COGS, your cost of goods? You got to know the answer to that question to be able to be successful on Amazon. Then you got to know all the fees on top of that, your Amazon fees. And you also need to know your personnel fees. Like, okay, do I need a 3PL? That's a warehouse where you stick your stuff before it goes to Amazon's warehouse called FBA, or Fulfilled by Amazon.
Okay.
Or do I need to just ship it straight in from China into Amazon?
Wow, when he said 3PO, I'm thinking Star Wars.
No, but let me ask you a question real quick. And we actually got we got some questions coming from social media as well. But let me ask you a question real quick. So what in Amazon, or what in this model that Amazon created made so better than eBay? Because we done seen a lot of what Amazon is doing now, done before, and failed. Because them eBay stores flop like a sack of potatoes, bro. That thing was here and gone like 3 months.
Could you consider both eBay and Amazon a marketplace?
Yeah.
You could argue it both ways, I think, right? But here's the difference between eBay and Amazon. On eBay, you have unlimited listings.
Okay.
You could see the same pen on 2,000 listings. So as a consumer, when I go to navigate and I type in a pen, I see auction after auction after auction.
I got so sick of that. I think,
So what eBay was first to market, right? They did really well. They spawned PayPal, for crying out loud, which is huge by itself. PayPal bought Venmo, and PayPal stock on the way down, by the way. So with that in mind, if you are comparing eBay to Amazon, Amazon is going to be about, for every 100 sales you get on Amazon, you can pick up 3 on eBay. So we're talking 33 times more successful for a brand on Amazon than on eBay. Now, eBay's really good in 2 categories. I think they're really good on coins, collectible things, precious metals, jewelry, and then they're also good on trading card collectibles, right? So I sold a Kobe Bryant rookie card signed for $600 on eBay. I left it on eBay for a full year. I never negotiated. I didn't take any messages. I just left it up, knowing that eventually one day it would sell, and it did.
I wonder what it's worth now.
I traded my Pokemon cards for my Kobe Bryant signed card, by the way.
Wow.
As a 15-year-old kid, I was like, okay, it's time to get out of Pokemon.
But you're right about them collectibles, because at one period of time I just got into gold. And it was like I was just buying up gold like crazy, and you could go in there and buy like little bricks of gold and all that type of stuff.
I used to work at a company called APMEX, American Precious Metals Exchange. One of the coolest things I did for them was increase their website traffic by 10 million uniques in 1 year. 1 year. Take any SEO tool in the market, SEMrush, or Ahrefs, or whatever you want. You could guess my hire date. It's so freaking obvious. And we did that by building content.
Wow. Now, another question coming from social media. What are some companies other than Amazon Prime, of course, that you see that's doing it right, that folks can follow?
So I want to finish the comparison of Amazon versus eBay just real briefly here. So eBay, it's a marketplace with auctions, and then Amazon is a place where that same pen that we talked about must be on the same listing. It's shared by all sellers.
Okay.
So what Amazon did is they were the first to market to curate the items and build an actual catalog. Nobody had done that before.
Okay.
A lot of people know that Amazon shipped crap really fast and made it cheap, but they never understood how or why. And the how and the why comes down to building a catalog and making the FBA facilities pop up all over the country. So finish that segment out. I just want to make sure I kind of finish, what Amazon specializes in versus eBay.
I got you. Now, who do you see that's doing it right on Amazon other than Amazon itself? Because of course when they put that Prime on it, bro, it's over with.
So this is easy to answer. Anybody can go on Amazon right now and look at the top 100 in any category. Mm-hmm. Anybody that's got an item in the top 100 in any category is doing it correctly. Okay. So if you sell in the top 5,000 in home goods, you probably are selling an item that produces $200,000 to $250,000 in monthly revenue for a single product.
What product is that? I can go get it.
It's that unicorn meat. So I started several brands. I've got a funny wine glass brand called Monster. I have Age of Sage. I'm going to start making brands for every one of my kids. So Age of Sage is my 2-year-old daughter. And we sell smudge sticks and giftable items, and we got some soaps going on, right? And so it's really fun. And, here's one of the things you should do as a business entrepreneur. Here's a tip for you. Listen to your customers.
Oh, no.
Right?
And
don't listen to the naysayer customers. Listen to the cult follower customers.
Okay.
Right? And so I had 2 messages in less than 24 hours hit me this past weekend where somebody said, hey, I bought some of your soaps. I really like the rose scented soap. I don't like your other soaps. And I'd been selling these in a 4-pack with 4 different scents, right? And so I had 18 different scents total and a bunch of different combinations, right? Wow. So they said, hey, I want to buy 4 of these. And then I'm like, sure, no problem. So what I did is I made a new listing with a 4 scent. And I told my warehouse I got a special order coming in. Not even 4 hours later, I got a second message. Hey, I really like this particular flavor that you have. The cedarwood. I want the cedarwood soap. I want 3 of these and I want 1 charcoal. And I said, okay, cool. I'm going to custom mix and match this. So then I tried to figure out, hey, Amazon, can I actually build out a single listing that lets me customize all of these different soap scents? Mm-hmm. The answer was no, I couldn't. So what I ended up doing is I made 18 new scents with single 4-packs. So I listened to my customer, and now I have 18 more SKUs, 18 more products.
Wow. Still over all of them, is the rose still the favorite?
So the 4-pack that I have, it has a charcoal in it. It's got a cedar scent. Yeah, it's so I got like different things. I made a masculine box and I made a damsel box, made a fruity box and a macho box. And I'm also going to come out with a galactic box because I was looking at the search term engine data, and for whatever freaking reason, there's like 20,000 people that search Star Wars soap every month.
Really?
Right. So I'm not going to do Star Wars. I'm going to call it galactic. And then I'm going to try and rank for Star Wars soap. It's going to be black and white type of soap. Right. So you got some Stormtrooper and Darth Vader.
Yeah, I didn't even know that. Wow.
What is this? Just one of those type products that just everybody's just kind of looking for new stuff in this area? Because I noticed even with me, I started going to Bed Bath & Beyond, and then they got all this new stuff for men and this type of stuff. I love the perfume. I don't know why they think men want to smell like rocks and trees.
Yeah.
I always smell like sandalwood.
Well, Bed Bath & Beyond closing some shops right now. They kicked out, My Pillow guy, and then all of a sudden, boom.
Yeah, that hurt them.
Losing dozens of shops.
Yeah.
But yeah, why do you go to Bed Bath & Beyond when you can go on Amazon and get the same stuff for half the price? That's the problem with their model, though, right? True. And so people aren't going inside of retail that much anymore. They still are, and the best way to get them to come in is to push local, right? Do something special locally they can't access online. But on Amazon, it's a price war. It's a commodity, right? So if you're going to lose them today, if you win them today on price, you're going to lose them tomorrow on price. Best thing you can do is build a cult following. So we talked about sourcing a product you understand. Mm-hmm. Then we talked about having an item that you could produce a lot of content around that makes people engage you, right? Mm-hmm. And so one of the things you could do is you could put a hashtag together. And what's your hashtag, Casey?
KC Pride.
Right? Now, you love that hashtag, don't you? Oh, yeah. And you hope that everybody listening to this goes on that hashtag right now and says something about the show, about how I learned something from my Amazon guide today, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And so one of the best things that you could do as a consumer packaged good business is to create those engagements, right? So what I do as an Amazon, agency owner is I go on podcasts and I talk and I give all my trade secrets away. And I know that there's going to be a segment of people that are going to take my knowledge and run with it and do it themselves. And that's cool. No problem. I added value to the universe. Eventually that value will come back to me, right?
Love that.
So, but there's going to be a segment of the population, whether it's as small as 1% or 5%, doesn't matter, that are going to pay me for the knowledge that they have access to because I give it away for free, but want me to do it for them. So that's my Amazon guy model. I got 900 videos on YouTube, and you look up my Amazon guy on YouTube and see all the free things that we give away for all the knowledge.
Now, because we coming to a close end, and we got to hit this real quick. Creating content in this day and age that sells. You know, because we are constantly on this content thing, and this content thing. We talk to so many business owners. Explain creating content that actually sells product.
You got to tell me in the photos, in the lifestyle photography, who's this product for, right? If you go look at a random product on Amazon today, and you can't tell within 5 seconds if this product is for you, that's a problem.
Okay.
Right. So as a marketer, here's something that's fundamentally misunderstood. In marketing, it's your job to polarize. Right. So in politics, your job is to make a big tent and bring everybody under it. Right. Right. The opposite is true as a marketer. As a marketer, you want to push people away. When you push people away, the right people will come to you and stay and become part of your culture.
Because I get some folks, I get so sick and tired of folks. They get one customer that don't want their product and they just go out of business behind it. It's like, bruh, if somebody out there want it, just hit that one more time.
Well, I mean, think about it, right? Like, talk about Mormon missionaries. They go knock on doors, right? They make some of the best salesmen in the world. Why?
Yeah, they keep knocking on doors
because they never stop.
Right? Consistency.
Right. And that's part of my religion, by the way. But anyway, so you have to think about one no today doesn't mean squat. It would take 100 no's. As long as you get one yes, you're in business. Right. So you got to hustle and think about it from that perspective. And that's probably how all the pyramid schemes started in Utah. So don't do that. But anyway, so you got to figure out, like, okay, what's going to be your market advantage? What product you're going to understand, and how are you going to go to market and beat everybody else? And the best way to do that is to build content that tells the consumer, I am in the right place.
Okay.
Right. So my fruity scent soaps, you're in the right place because emojis tell you are.
Okay.
We're fruity loom type emojis in the content. We got lifestyle shots of a woman lathering up and enjoying herself and smelling like flowers and all that good stuff. It's important.
I'm gonna tell you, when it comes to creating content, and I use this example all the time. You know, Dollar Shave Club.
Oh man, yeah.
He recognized that there was a huge audience of folks out there that loved those shock type value videos, and then most of them was college men, like for real. And then next thing you know, he come out with a simple razor, and hey, we'll ship it to you.
Yeah. And a lot of people are copying his style now. You got, what is that thing? The unicorn poop thing. Yeah, and all that. Yeah.
Those guys are out of Utah, by the way. BYU grads.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Yeah, you hire some Mormons for marketing. No doubt, right? Okay, so one of the most misunderstood things that I think people have about demographic and marketing targeting, they think, okay, what's the age of my customer? What's their sex and what's their race?
Yeah.
That is so freaking shallow and also so freaking wrong. Here's how you should be doing demographic marketing. How do you buy? End of story. Here's, in case in point, John Deere. There's two types of John Deere personas that buy. There's the super elitist. All he wants to see is the comparison chart. Which item should I buy? Doesn't want to talk to you on the phone. The second guy, who's the new farmer, who has no freaking idea he wants, the chart's confusing. Talk to him on the phone.
Wow.
Done. Those are two buyer personas. Market to them. Done.
Wow. That's man. I hate to say we don't have to get them back again. I'll tell you what we got to do. Let's together just a huge event. Yeah. And get all these just great folks that we've had on here, and allow all these folks to just speak and teach from the stage. Like, you down? We'll do it. Yeah, we're gonna put this together, bro. Like, let's say by April. Okay. Let's put this thing together. Me and you, we'll get up there and do the rockstar thing. But like folks like him and Harris and it's just so many. Dominique. I mean, it's so many folks we got. They got so much knowledge to give. But before you get out of here, man, please give our audience, just all these Amazon shoppers, all these Amazon sellers, just 3 tips. Just 3 tips to help them this day and age, 2022. What's 3 things that folks can do to start profiting or either shopping better?
Find a product, market it, and make sure you listen to your customers.
Wow. Okay.
So I know that's on a simple, basic level, but at the end of the day, back to those 4 principles in e-commerce. My job as an e-commerce guy is to sell more products more often for more money to more people.
Simple words, man.
And if you don't do those 4 basic things,
Mhm.
you can't sell in e-commerce.
Wow. Wow. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, my Amazon guy, Mr. Stephen Pope. If you see this guy's name, if he's speaking somewhere, if he put out a book, if he's giving you some free advice, you catch him on YouTube, you better listen or go to those 900 videos. I'm trying to tell you, learn. Yes. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it has been another #1 rated business show right here on Real 1100 AM, iHeartRadio, all over the world, from Mexico to India to Europe to all over the United States, man. I can't even believe the big response of all these folks listening and this type of stuff, man. But thank y'all so much for joining us right here on the #1 rated business show. I am KC Pride. Follow me at Instagram. I'm Mr. Marketology. You can follow that everywhere. And my Amazon guy, where can everybody follow you?
YouTube.com/myamazonguy or myamazonguy.com.
If y'all have not been following this show and if this is your first time watching, y'all need to go back and watch yesterday. If you're in the music game whatsoever, y'all definitely need to check out Dominic Mitchell from yesterday. If you are in the brick and mortar game, you need to check out Zane Williams. And if you are selling anything in e-commerce, y'all better be checking out Mr. Stephen Pope. We stream this tonight at 10 a.m. Both episodes. Both of them. Yes. Oh, Cole Cummins is on that one too, man. That's another powerful marketing one. But we will be back tomorrow. Do we have a show tomorrow? We do have a show tomorrow. We will be back tomorrow, same time, same place, right here on the Real 1100 AM. Boxes, man. I got an Amazon shipment coming in. You're hearing me.
That's fun, guys. Thanks for watching me on the radio today. We'll see you guys later.
Man. I'm